Yesterday was by far the best day for early voting for Democrats in Tennessee's 7th Congressional District special election. We had over 2,000 voters cast their ballot in Davidson County, which is Nashville. That is the highest vote total so far for Davidson County, and it accounted for 38% of the total votes cast yesterday across the district. And that's incredible because Davidson County is only about 22% of the district's population. And in order for Afton Bain to win, we need Davidson County to turn out at relatively higher rates than all the other counties in the district. So behind me is my favorite graph that tells you how we are doing at turning out Democratic voters in this district. So all of the dots here represent different precincts. And to the left are the most Donald Trump precincts, and to the right are the most Kamala Harris precincts from 2024. And the y-axis is turnout compared to 2024. And what we want to see is those dots on the right are relatively higher to the red dots on the left. And thanks to 2 good days of early voting, we did start to see some more separation on some of the most Democratic precincts in the district. I mentioned in my last video that Democrats just made a $1 million ad buy in this race, so I thought we'd take a look at what their closing message is to try to help Afton Bain win.
Tennessee's choice, Matt Van Epps versus Afton Bain. Van Epps wants three things: cuts to health care benefits, more tariffs driving up costs, tax breaks for billionaires. Afton Bain wants one thing: to lower your costs. She fought to end the grocery tax. In Congress, she'll stand up to both parties to make life more affordable. Want more of the same? That's Matt Van Epps. Want someone who'll fight for you for a change? That's Afton Bain. HMP is responsible for the content.
The thing that stood out to me the most in that ad is that they did not mention that Afton Bain is a Democrat, which makes a lot of sense in a district like this. They also tied Matt Van Epps to Trump's three most unpopular policies, which are tariffs, rising healthcare costs slash Medicaid cuts, as well as tax breaks for very, very wealthy people. And I think those are probably issues that are even underwater in a district like this because they're polling at around 30% for Donald Trump nationwide. So it does make sense to go after those three issues. Now, turning back to early voting, there are only 3 more days, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. And then we have the actual election on December 2nd, which is a Tuesday. So, again, if you know anybody in Nashville or anywhere else in this district, please make sure they get out an early vote because in the past, Davidson County has done really well in the last days of early voting. And we want to see that same pattern echoed in these last 3 days. Finally, we did see some improvement in some of the precincts north of Clarksville where there was still some turnout weakness. And I really hope the campaign focuses on upping the votes in these areas so they can flip Montgomery County, which is going to be key for winning this race, which is still definitely possible.